In the explanation of the group total function, the assumption is that 3 different items, new item types, have been created. Let me show you what we'll be using in this example. I'm going into Inventory File, and you'll see if I do a find here for group, I will have 3 different items. First, let's start with this group total. This is a comment item which has a matrix of group subtotal created. It is a non-taxable item. It's simply a comment. If we go to the next item, which is a group total PO, price only, it is again a comment and is the matrix of group total only price that is used to present groupings a little bit different because it's not going to show the details on the final printed document to the customer. The other element is the group stop. The group stop can be inserted at any point to force a group total within a listing of items, then allowing you to present individual items and then continue on with a new group total for a selected grouping of items. These 3 elements will be included in the following explanation of Transact's group total process. A recently added feature within Transact POS is group totals. But you'll see here within the preview of a sales order, or the draft version, is a group total line, a description, and then various items within that group total. And then a total for those items within this particular grouping. Then below that, we have another group total started, items, and then its subtotal. The structure of this is done this way. If we exit out of here, then we go back to the sales order, you'll see there is an item called group total and then a stop. So in between group total and stop are those items we saw previously, the 3 items. That stop indicates where that subtotal will be presented, allowing you to add yet another group and then their items. Unique part about a group stop is that you can put in single items in between groups. So if we entered in a single item between a group stop, the end of a group, and the beginning of a new, we should see a single item in between. We go back to main, and now we have a preview button instead of having to save in between each addition. Is we then have a beginning of individual items here. So this is the end of a group subtotal, and it's single item, and then another group total presented here for these items. Having entered in below the stop 3 additional items, and then the beginning of another group, let's go see what that format looks like. If we go back to main, go to preview, we'll see that we'll have the original group total, the 3 items, the subtotal, and then individual items being added, and then the beginning of the next group subtotal. Another feature of Transact is that you have a group total, but then also you can have a group total with only showing without showing prices. So you may have an instance of you wanting to quote this particular job, but only present the total price for it, not to have the individual components of that. We see that in the appliance industry, we see that in some fencing industry, that we want to describe what we're going to do in this section in the comment, but then not show all the parts and pieces and the individual costs, individual prices of those. Let's go look at changing this from a group total to a group total only, and only the price being only the sum price that we show here. Now, when we do that, the inventory is managed in detail as we would desire. It just simply condenses this to a single price for the described services and not show or reveal the individual prices and or components that you have. So let's go and change this from a group total to a group total prices only. So within the detail tab, I'm going to go into this group total, and I'm going to go and get the description that's there, because I know that I don't really want to retype that. So I'm just going to simply highlight it, press Control C, and now I have a copy of that. Above this line or below this line, doesn't really matter. I'm going to insert the item called group total. I'm just going to do it this way. It's going to give me, it's going to give me the listing. So I'm going to go choose group total price only. And then I'm going to delete the original line, and it's going to change the characteristics of this entire grouping. Let me stick the comment, which I had captured, back in there. Now, go back to main. Let's go preview. And now what we'll see is this group total PO, price only. And I left the name like that. And then prepare and spread the 7.5 acres for this price. Now, based on what type of product you're selling or not, this may be very appropriate for the services provided. We'll see below that we have those individual items, and then we have that original other group total and its totals. So this structure, depending on the environment that you're working in and how you want to present your pricing, can be very effective. Again, as this sales order is shipped or invoiced, all the details of inventory are affected according to the detail lines, not this simple summary. So this will be very effective for many industries. Thank you.